Hello, it's time for another episode of It's Not About You. We've been working through a handful of scriptures talking about how even our salvation is not about us. My name is Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church, and we've been just looking at scriptures because I think we have a problem in the Western church. We think that everything surrounds us and is about us. And I would say that is a general statement. There are people around that get it, that it's not about them. It's about God bringing glory to himself. Even your salvation, that you benefit wholeheartedly from, is not about you. It's about how God brings glory to himself, how he works through imperfect people to work his perfect will. And I want to look at just a scripture. It's just a handful of words in Psalm 119, verse 36. Here, David's praying, and he says, "Incline my heart to your testimonies and not to selfish gain." That's the heart that we have to have. It's an interesting word there that's used for testimonies. In the Hebrew, it's edu. It means to Christ's witnesses, to God's witnesses. How is it that we incline our heart towards the witness of other people? Do you know people's stories? And do you give God the glory through what he's done in their lives? We need to incline our heart to the testimonies about the goodness of God and share those testimonies whenever we can. We've got some people that have just shared their testimony with us lately, and I've asked for permission to share those testimonies. We have a testimony time at our church every Sunday where we ask people, how have you seen God work lately? What's he doing in your life? And that's an encouragement to everybody when you see people that really recognize that God is changing them. Another verse that I just want to bring in a little bit here is Philippians 2:4. It says there, "Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also into the interests of others." Are we interested in other people's story? You know your story, and that's your testimony. That's what you get to share with people. But do you know other people's stories? Because it'll change the way you think about them when you hear their stories and how God has worked in them. Does God work the same in everyone's life? Absolutely not. He knows exactly what it takes and what we need to draw us closer to himself. And sometimes he does that in our lives. And it's an encouragement to others when we can say, gee, God did this for me this week, or he did that for me. We're supposed to be encouraging each other as we walk this hard road. Nobody ever told me that when I got saved, my life would be easy and perfect. And I'm glad they didn't. And it's not. I struggle. I struggle just like everyone else. And it encourages me as people come alongside and they share exactly how they've seen God work in their lives. God's working. And are we paying attention? Are we giving him glory for it? Because that's what it's all about. God bringing glory to himself through our lives. How does that work for you? Are you encouraging others to do the same? So, for It's Not About You, my name is Pastor Bob Benson. I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this morning.